What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new video where we have to talk about Mo Salah and his contract situation because he dropped a bombshell after the brilliant Man United Liverpool game, which I analyzed tactically in yesterday's video, so make sure to check it out if you haven't already. And Mo Salah said that this is my last year at Liverpool because the club haven't offered me a new contract. And I think that's a disgrace because for Liverpool to not offer a new contract to Salah, Trent and Van Dijk, and they have like less than 10 months left on their deals, is an absolute travesty and an absolute disgrace. And Liverpool are in a losing position because we will compete with mega offers from Real Madrid in the case of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and with mega offers, salary offers from Saudi Arabia in the case of Salah and Virgil van Dijk. But I think personally, if Liverpool offer a good enough contract to all the three of these players, they will sign because all three seem to be very happy. Salah looks absolutely rejuvenated, reborn this season. He's even better than last season and he's beaming with a smile ear to ear. He's so happy. Mo Salah was very clever in his interview saying that the Liverpool haven't offered me a new contract and this will be the last year. That puts a lot of pressure on Liverpool and on Richard Hughes, but especially the owners. I think the owners, FSG, have to pull their purse strings out and loosen the purse strings. That's what I want to say. So they have to pull their wallet out and pay Salah top money. It's very worrying that Liverpool don't offer players who are over 30 years old big contracts, and I think we should break that norm in the case of Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk because they both are still world class. Salah is one of the best players in the world and literally one of the top 3 best players to ever play for Liverpool. This season he will move past 4th place in Liverpool's top scoring charts and become a top 3 goal scorer in Liverpool's entire history. Do you know how significant that is? And yet, Salah is saying that this could be the last time that I'm playing at Old Trafford for Liverpool. Nobody in the club talked to me yet about contracts, so I was like, okay, I play my last season and I see what happens at the end of the season. I feel I'm free to play football. We will see what happens next year. So let me know, guys, what do you think about Liverpool not even talking to Salah, Van Dijk and Trent so far? I think it's fine that during the transfer window, okay, we concentrated on transfers. I still feel that Liverpool had a very ordinary transfer window, a 4 or 5 out of 10 transfer window with only Chiesa signed for this season and Mamadashvili signed for next season. But after September the 1st, Liverpool should have been straight away in talks with Salah, Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Maybe Liverpool are playing the waiting game, which is very dangerous with 3 so big world-class players. Do you have any idea how much money Liverpool would need to spend to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is a £150 million player? Imagine if Liverpool lose him on a free transfer. Virgil van Dijk right now is worth between 50 and 100 million on a 2 or 3 year contract. And Salah is also worth between 50 and 100 million on a 2 or 3 year contract. Salah is irreplaceable. I think you would need to sign a £150 million player to replace him. Trent Alexander-Arnold, you would need to sign a 50 to 100 million pound player, and Virgil van Dijk again a 100 million pound player. So Liverpool would need to spend 300 million pounds just to replace these 3 players. And it's literally free. Just give them a little bit of a wage rise and offer them maybe a 2-year contract. In the case of Trent Alexander-Arnold, he deserves a 5-year contract. But in the case of Van Dijk and Salah, if you don't want to commit to a long contract, offer them a 2-year contract. I think that's fair. It's better than nothing, and it keeps them at the club. And the next summer we can evaluate. I always say, you should evaluate these players who are over 30 years old on a season-to-season basis. But the fact that Liverpool haven't extended all 3 of these players 1 year ago, when Jurgen Klopp was still the manager, that's when we should have extended these players' contracts. Liverpool missed that and now they are in big trouble. Because as I said, Liverpool won't be able to replace all 3 of them. Because will Liverpool spend 350 million in one transfer window to replace Salah, Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold? I highly doubt it. And you know what? Liverpool rejected a 100 plus 50 million pound offer from Al Ittihad for Salah last September. Imagine if we lose him 2 years later on a free transfer. That would be absolutely crazy. Jamie Carragher said, I think Mo Salah is obsessed, like Ronaldo, with records and longevity. Most of us think when you get to 35 years old, you are done in football. The way Salah looks after himself, I think he's thinking of playing until he's 40 or late 30s at least. I don't think a Saudi situation is on the cards next season. He's too good. He's playing in the best league in the world for one of the biggest clubs in the world, and he's one of the best players in the whole league. So Salah shouldn't go to Saudi right now. He should play in the Premier League until he thinks he's finished, but that's still 2 or 3 years ago, at least 2 or 3 years from now at least. Whether it's in another season or two's time, he's alongside Kenny Dalglish and Steven Gerrard as the top players to play for Liverpool. He's possibly the best white player we have seen in the Premier League, or even if he hasn't got the medals that maybe some others have got. Of course you fight to keep him, Jamie Carragher continued. It's not about throwing money at him. It's not what you have done in the past. It's what you are doing in the future. When you get into your mid-30s, you can't do what you did before, but he might be different. And Salah is not in his mid-30s. He's 31, 32 years old. So if you give him a 2-year contract, you are guaranteed to have a world-class player for the next 2 years. And then we can re-evaluate this situation next summer. If it was up to me, I would give Salah a 3-year contract. I would give Van Dijk a 3-year contract and Trent a 5-year contract. Because they are all legends of this football club and we can build the side around them. Of course, Liverpool want to keep him and Virgil van Dijk, but it will probably be about wages. Are they still on the same wages? Because in the next 2 or 3 years, will they still be the same players? That's the debate that will be had. But I think Van Dijk is better than straight after his injury. He shows no signs of slowing down. So he deserves at least a 2-year contract. Salah also deserves a 2-year contract. Maybe Liverpool want to wait until like October or November. But that's very dangerous because clubs can officially start talking to them on January 1st. But they will be talking to other clubs, behind the scenes, even before January. So Van Dijk, Salah, Trent will know what kind of wages are on offer at other clubs. And they can say to Liverpool, you know what, Salah can say to Liverpool, give me 450k weekly wages, otherwise I'm going somewhere else. And maybe Liverpool don't want to break their wage structure too much, but I would be surprised, Carragher said, if Salah isn't playing for Liverpool next season, because I think he will want to blitz every record in the club's history. And Salah, with his early season form, is showing Richard Hughes that he deserves a new contract. Maris already said Mo Salah underscored his influence to Liverpool at Old Trafford and then intensified the pressure on the club to offer him a new contract after admitting no talks have taken place yet. Salah is 32 years old, he is in the final year of his deal, and he has maintained he is not wasting mental energy focusing on the situation. But Sky Sports understands, and various journalists said Salah wants to stay at Liverpool. Salah has not considered any other club yet, but feels he still has years left at the highest level. He wants to be competing for the biggest prizes, so interest from Saudi Arabia will not be enticing at present. Salah's position has been that Liverpool need to start a dialogue over fresh terms, and it is not his job to push for it. The fact that there has not been even a discussion yet, with no proposal drafted for him to consider, is a significant detail. The club's silence so far seems to suggest they are comfortable letting him leave on a free transfer after 7 seasons of him making extraordinary the norm. Replacing Salah in today's market would be incredibly difficult, and it would cost Liverpool a fortune, so I don't understand why would Liverpool be crazy to let Salah leave. This is without adding the complication that Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold are also in the final year of their deals. Liverpool have enormous work to do. Roy Keane said Salah is in control of his contract, and no clubs have policies about letting players' contracts run down when they get to 31, 32. But Salah will decide what he wants to do. That's not entirely true, because if Salah doesn't get a contract offer from Liverpool, then he can't stay at the club. So surely Liverpool will offer him a new contract. Daniel Sturridge said, I would be surprised if Liverpool let Salah go. Mo has achieved pretty much everything he could at the club, but I've not seen him happier. The way he was speaking then was, if I want to be at the club, if the club are going to give him what he wants, then he will stay. I really hope he does stay because he has been magnificent. And Roy Keane said Liverpool obviously have to offer him a new contract. He's their main player. Put it this way, he will have plenty of options. Fabrizio Romano also said this month and next month Liverpool will have conversations to discuss the future of these players. I think Salah said that sentence because there are no negotiations, so it could be his final season at Liverpool, but it's not guaranteed yet. There will be talks and then it will decide what is happening. But so far, all three of the players look very happy at Liverpool, so give them new contracts. David Lynch said Salah is clearly trying to put pressure on Richard Hughes and putting the ball in Liverpool's court because he very much wants to stay, and that's also helpful from Liverpool's perspectives for negotiations. So Liverpool can say to Salah, accept this contract because you publicly said you want to stay. And Salah said, it's great, it's a great result. Everyone knows it's very important for Liverpool and for the fans, for the manager with his first game here at Old Trafford. We are so happy for the result. If you want to fight for the league, this is the sort of game you need to win. I'm glad we managed to win it. The manager likes us to press high. We scored from all these situations. It's not a big difference from Jurgen at the start, and in time we have changed the system a little, the way we play. We are adapting. And Arne refused to be drawn into speculation about what will happen with Salah's contract. He said, for the moment, Salah is one of ours, and I'm really, really happy with him being one of ours. I don't talk about contracts in front of players, but I can talk for hours about how well Salah played, which is absolutely brilliant. And Richard Hughes surely will sit down with Salah and his agent and try to work out a new contract. But it's going to be difficult because Salah is already one of the highest earners at Liverpool. He's the highest earner at Liverpool by some distance. I think he's earning almost £100,000 more than anybody else at the club. So Liverpool will find it difficult to increase his wages, but I think he deserves a bigger contract. Just by a little bit, maybe offer him £375,000 or £400,000 per week. On a 2-year contract, I think that's a very low risk. I don't see Salah slowing down in the next 2 years. I mean, Salah scored 3 and assisted 3 games. In the first 3 Premier League games, he has 6 goal contributions. What more does he need to show you? And he already has, more than 200 goals for Liverpool. Along with Salah, Van Dijk, Trent, Alexander-Arnold, they are all into the final years of their contracts. So Richard Hughes needs to get busy in the next few weeks. And the clock is ticking. Van Dijk is 33, but also Andy Robertson and Konate have less than 2 years to run. So Andy Robertson and Konate's contract will need to be extended in the second half of the season. Maybe I would let Robertson run down his contract, and I definitely would extend. Alisson, Luis Diaz, Jota, Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott all have 3 years left on their contracts, and I would extend all of their contracts maybe in the next 1 year or so. And in the summer of 2021, Liverpool agreed new contracts with a lot of players. In 2022, there were new deals for Salah, Jota, Elliott, Jones, James Milner, Joe Gomez. And in the 2 years since, only Alisson, Kostas Tsimikas and young players like Conor Bradley, Bajcetic, Ben Doak and James McConnell got new contracts. And how usually clubs operate with these players, like Trent Alexander-Arnold, who of course was a youth academy player. He burst through the ranks, and he since got new contracts, new long-term contract offers and extensions by Liverpool in 2016, 2017, 2019 and 2021, with pay rises reflecting Trent Alexander-Arnold's progress and growing importance to Liverpool. So under normal circumstances, Trent Alexander-Arnold would have been offered a new contract like last summer, but instead Trent Alexander-Arnold's contract has been allowed to run down, and that is the biggest offense in my opinion. There are a lot of mitigating circumstances, but it doesn't matter because the end of the day, the fact is Liverpool have 3 of their most important players with 10 months left on their contracts, and that's a very, very bad situation to find for Liverpool to find themselves in. And Luis Diaz is also on a very small contract at the moment, earning just 60 £1,000 per week. And he signed this contract in January 2022. But now that Luis Diaz is starting the season very strong, he has 3 goals already and 1 assist in the Premier League so far. Luis Diaz is going to get a contract extension and a pay rise very, very soon as well. And if you lose Trent, Salah and Van Dijk on free transfers, that's unforgivable. And the Liverpool fans would absolutely go crazy if that happens. It's not an enviable situation for Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, but that's the situation that they inherited. So now they have to make it right. They have to put it right. And Liverpool already lost some really big players on free transfers. Steve McManaman in the late 1990s. Michael Owen after he won the Ballon d'Or with Liverpool went on a free transfer. I mean, not a free transfer, but he had 1 year left and he was sold to Real Madrid for a knockdown price. Emre Can, Wijnaldum also left the Liverpool when their contract was running out. And now Salah or Trent or Van Dijk, all of them can reject Liverpool's contract offer if it's too low of wages and they can get bigger money elsewhere. But I hope they will put sporting ambition in front of going to a club with the highest offer, because if that's the case, Trent will go to Real Madrid, Salah and Van Dijk will go to Saudi Arabia. But I don't think their careers should be finished like this in Saudi Arabia. Trent, the Real Madrid situation is very tempting because he has his good friend Jude Bellingham playing at Real Madrid. Real Madrid built a super team and Liverpool lost so many times to Real Madrid in the Champions League. Real Madrid could turn Trent Alexander-Arnold's head, even though he's a Scouser, he's a Liverpool boy through and through. It is really important in this 6 months what Liverpool do during the season, because if Trent sees Liverpool as a real rival to Real Madrid in terms of he can win a lot of titles and trophies at Liverpool as well, then he would want to stay, and I think that's the case. Salah and Van Dijk are just too good right now to play in Saudi Arabia. They are not finished yet, so if they get a good enough contract offer, I think they will sign it. That's my opinion. Let me know what is yours in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.